All right. We're just getting a few things going. Trying to get the poker windows opened up so that we can start and jump into the poker. Sorry about that false start a few minutes ago. We didn't have a long enough delay on. That way, there's no sniping of the hands as we get ready to play. Weekly poker tournament every Thursday night, or almost every Thursday night. Tonight we are hoping, but we're not sure if we will get the tournament director or maybe some of his family, some of the players in to join us this evening. So we'll see if we can get them, but no promises. We'll do what we can. It is a lot for people to jump in. So, with that, let's go. Just opening it up a few. So sit back, relax. We will be jumping in, probably doing a little bit of Zoom a few Zoom hands just to get warmed up, maybe get the bad juju out of the hands. Few other settings that we need to take care of. We are on a new computer as we get ready to start, and so not all of the settings are set for us. So just want to get some of those taken care of. In fact, why don't we go ahead and make sure we have all the tables set and things working. Um, mm, Hello, everybody, and welcome. We are here for our weekly poker tournament. Just doing some Zoom right now to make sure all of my settings are set and the way I like them. Um, They are not, so I'm going to have to make a few changes to those settings. We're going to call this, though. Not good news. We have a gut shot straight. Now we have 2 pair. All right. One more, and then we'll go and fix some of the settings. And we're out of there. So it'll be a moment. In the meantime, thank you for swinging by. Bible Thumps, Discord for Streamers, Droop Dog for Raying, FTO Payer, Have This Too, and Lurks. Thanks all for being here. Feel free to jump into chat. Chat away. I want to thank all of those people that earlier this morning, overnight, that followed. I hope to see a lot of you around. Thank you very much for those follows. I very much appreciate that. Like I said, we need to fix some settings, and in fact, let's see, what do we have? If we go to the table appearance, and one of the things that I'd like to do is I want to have, let's see, the front of my deck. Let's try this. Let's try. Let me see. I don't think I can get this in quickly so that you can see this. Let me see. No, not really. Not really. So let's try if I do this and that. Not really. So I'm trying to get it so that we can see the settings, but okay, well, we're gonna do big giant 4-color deck. And let's see. The Mercury or classic? Nope, not classic. Carbon? No, I think it was black. I think that's what we used to do. So we'll apply that. Nope, not really what we used to do. So we'll go back to this Mercury. That might be it. Yeah, I think that was what we had before. So the table settings. You'll see the cards in a moment. It is actually going to be a little bit different than what we're used to for the table display. Show player images, final table background, time left to act, all yeses. Display, fold, and watch, absolutely. Highlight the active player, absolutely. I'm not sure why those aren't there usually. Display bet amounts, yes. Show observer count, sure, why not? Show more games button, no thank you. Show stacks as big blinds, absolutely please, and the chances of winning when all in, we will apply those. Next, we go to the cards. Yep, that works. Animations. Yep, well, that'll work. Chat. We don't need the chat bubbles. Let's see. Anything else? We'll apply those changes. Preferred seats. Yeah, all those got changed, so I'm going to have to change these or set those. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 player, 3 player, 4 player, and 2 player tables. We'll apply those changes. All right, gameplay. Show. Always muck the losing hand. Don't show winning hand if I don't have to. Don't show when folding last. Bet sliders. Half pot, pot, max, yes. Big blinds. I think I was doing 4s in here. I think that's what I was doing. And player notes. Large note icon. Oh, I think all of my user notes are going to be gone, so I'll have to try to get those out also. So we'll do that. Probably not tonight. So tonight we're going to be without our user notes. And that's sad. Whoops. It's okay though. We will figure it out. We don't have to have them. We don't rely on notes. Hopefully everybody's having a good week. Mine's been a little bit busy. The Among Us new map, that's been an amazing experience. Love that new map, the airship. In fact, some of the recent streams have been playing the new map. PokerStars.net. Open that up. All right, and let's see. Lots of user notes in there. Okay, so I think these are the files. What I'm going to do is go back. Let's see if I can get these copied in the next moment or two. Hoping so. We'll find out. If not, it's no big deal. We'll go ahead and move on. Hotkeys. I didn't have hotkeys set before. I don't think I'm going to do any now. Multi-tabling. Don't normally multi-table, so that's not an issue. Auto buy-in, no. Layouts. No. All right. I think those settings are going to work for us. Now let me see if I can get into the tournament window. Just to get that open and ready to go. Let's see how many players we have so far. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 so far. So not bad. That's been about the average for most of the last few weeks. So that's not terrible. What else? Well, we're not here to listen to me set things up, so let's go ahead and get a couple more hands, and then we will get the tournament open and running. 9-5 suited. Let's call that. Why not? On a 6-handed table, why not? All right. Flop comes along, doesn't do us any favors. Next card comes along. I'm really not liking these cards, so we will have to change these cards. I thought I would like them. I don't. I don't like them on the table. I like the ones in the hand, but that's just too much, so we will be fixing that. And check around. We have not much. Our hand is the table, so we're not going to be a part of that. Yep, chop that up. One more hand, and then the tournament is going to be getting close. We'll take a small break while we get ready for that. You know what? Since it's the last hand, let's try it. Normally not, but why not? We'll call that one more blind. Why not? How about that? Flush draw. Let's put a little bit in there. We'll call that. Still no help. Although now we have a straight draw, so we have 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 cards that can help at this point. Yeah, let's do 4. 4 blinds, see what he does. Oh, yeah, I'm not going all in for that. So no, that's fine. It's yours. You bought it. All right. All right, chat. So what we're going to do, we've got about 2 minutes before the tournament starts. So just take care of a few more things before we get into it. Like I said, I welcome you for being here. I thank you for being here, actually. And we're going to get started in just a little bit. Actually, we didn't even get to go, so the tournament tables just popped up, as you can see on your screen. So we're not going to walk away in for a few minutes. We're just going to wait for that last minute. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Pair of threes to start out. We've got the tournament director, by the way, on the other side of the table. We're going to go ahead and call this. Why not? A pair of threes on a five-handed table. Let's do this. The way this tournament works, the way PokerStars works, actually, is that we have 10 people tonight, it looks like. And that gives us a gut shot, but not a really strong one, so we won't play along in this one. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yep, 10 people in. So what that means is that the first person that gets eliminated moves us all to the final table. The structure for the tournament, there is a 10-minute round. Every 10 minutes, the blinds will go up. We're starting here at 15 and 30, although on our screen, we see that we've got a gut shot straight now, but we're not going to bet into that. We're going to play it a little bit tighter than we normally start out. Although now we have a straight flush possibility, and here we go again. Don't you dare bring me a 4 clubs. All right. We start out at 1530. My display, though, shows us in counting everything as in related to big blinds as opposed to the actual number of chips. There is also an ante that goes out there. And look at that. We have top pair and top kicker. So let's go 2.5 blinds. That's about half the pot, a little more than half the pot. We get a caller. Get 2 callers. We still have a gut shot straight. It's a little bit scary, though, what's out there, because someone with a jack easily can have this. 4.5. We still have top pair, top kicker. But a jack is a very dangerous card for us. He's thinking hard. He's going to raise it. He is going to raise. Oh, he folds, and we got ourselves a pot. We are looking good. Looking good. 7-5 offsuit. I really don't want to participate in this particular hand, so we'll let this one go. So anyway, the blinds, they go up every 10 minutes. Each round is 10 minutes. At the end of 55 minutes, we get a 5-minute break. And at that point, depending on what's going on, we will take a break in stream as well. So just be prepared for that. Once we are done with the tournament, whether it's because we win or we get eliminated, we will take a break. We will stop the stream, actually, so that we can get rid of the delay, the broadcast delay, and then most likely start again. 3 of a kind. Nice. King 3 suited. Most likely start again either with some Among Us. Not quite ready on this new computer to do Minecraft. I actually don't even have it installed on this computer yet. Or some Valorant, most likely Valorant. Well, I don't know, maybe some Among Us. We'll see. We also are wanting to do some just talking at some point. So we have 3 hands. I've got Yuck pair and a backdoor flush draw that I'm not betting. Yeah, I'm not even doing that. So that's kind of the plan for the evening. Well, we would have had 2 pair. I don't know that that would be enough. Yep, 2-pair with a high kicker. And our 2-pair would have lost. That was a pretty bold series of bets there. Well, jiggities. There's no good way to play jiggities, is there? There really isn't. So a pair of jacks. Let's just get a little bit big on that one. See if we can just buy the blinds. I'd rather buy the blinds and get into this. But we're going to get into this. 2 callers. We now flopped a set. I'll let them check it around. Wookie might take a stab at it. What are you doing, buddy? He's thinking hard. He's thinking if his 2-pair will do it. Or maybe he got a set, but he can't really anticipate that I got the set. There we go. I will take that. I will definitely take that. Ace King offsuit. We have to play that. Now we have top pair, top kicker, but the scary thing is that flush possibility. Let's just do this big right now. I just saw another setting that we're going to have to take care of right away because I don't want to be bothered by that. So we'll get that account somewhere. Is a thing about ads for other tournaments that I don't want. Let's check that. And we will check that. And we will check that. You can have it. I don't want it that badly. All right. We'll fold that. We don't need to participate in that. Jack 8 off suited. Let's see. Somewhere is, let's see, show casino games, enable. So we'll look at those. Ace, King, 3 of clubs, so not a lot of help there. So it's a good thing we got out of that one. Good thing we got out of that one. Good thing. $10-7. Now, for just the blind, I think tonight, oh, that takes care of that. I think tonight we're going to start out with limping in. If I can limp into hands, then I'm going to do it for those marginal hands. Oh, there we go. It was called announcements, so we got to get rid of those announcements. Don't want those. 4-5 suited. Let's go ahead and limp in on this one. Let's see where we're at. Four, 5 offsuit. It gives us straight possibilities. And Cinnamon raises, Meep calls. I'm not calling in that party. Two tables tonight. 2 tables starting out, 5 players each. After one person is eliminated, the remaining 9 will be moved to the final table. King 10 offsuit from the big blind. This is super helpful, especially if we get a flop that cooperates with us. Yeah, I have to. I have to do it. That's such a small price. Ace 7-9, so it misses us entirely. Someone's going to bet into that. I guarantee that. Yeah, and I mean, there are some possibilities, but I really can't pour more money into that. That's one of the cards I would have needed, but now I would also need a queen, preferably not the queen of spades, so that would not have helped. So a good thing to get out of that. Ace 4 offsuit, if we can limp in, why not, especially from the small blind. For those of you that are new, you'll hear a lot about, let's see, 6 queen jack, kind of a rainbow, although there are 2 clubs. I'm not going to bet into that. You'll hear things like small blind, big blind. That's a very common, in fact, it's a specific thing, actually, that is important. In Texas Hold'em, we have 2 forced bets that exist. One of them is the small blind. It is half of the minimum. So this button here is the dealer button, and that means that the cards get dealt, first one to the left, get dealt around. That first person to the left must bet half of the minimum bet, which is called the small blind. So you see the Bucket Man has a button, and then Cinnamon Swirl has had half of a blind. The big blind is the minimum bet, and that's also a forced bet, meaning that now Chewy or Wookie here is the first to act. He folds, it's now to me. Those are considered early position, but the nice thing about them is, oh, look at that. Pair of aces. We're going to bet this right now. Let's go 3.5. The nice thing about the blinds is that if you limp in, especially from the big blind, your hand is very well disguised. That's not a good card for us. Let's keep that at 3.5, I think is what I put in last time. And a 9. At least it's not a diamond. We'll check that. So, next round, blinds are up. And the chip positions are now posted in the tournament room. So we'll get to that in just a moment. King 7 offsuit, we're not going to play along with that. So anyway, the advantage of being in the blinds is your hands can be disguised. Flop comes, nobody really knows where they're at. The bad thing, though, is you are early. After the flop hits, then you are the first ones to act, and you have to have a strong hand or a strong bluff that you're doing, representing a strong hand. Otherwise, you need to get out. And the later you are on the table or in the betting round, the less strong your hand needs to be able to bet or stay in. So that's just a kind of general quick explanation of what's going on. Consider the worst hand to be dealt in Texas Hold'em is a 2-7 not suited. But since it's Poker Stars, oh, not with the 3 big blinds. Since it's Poker Stars and weird things happen, I like to usually try to stay in, but not going to do it that time. That does give us our first opportunity, though, to take a look at the chip leads. The red line being us, the gray line being the leader. So we are towards the top. Not a lot of separation between first and 10th at the moment. That's okay. It's early still. Let's go back to the action. King 9 off suited from the small blind. We're going to go ahead and call that. No help there. And not even enough to bet that, so we're going to stay out of that. 6-8 offsuit. No way, no how are we going to get involved in that. No way, no how. King 5 offsuit. Let's see what happens with this. We'll go ahead and limp in, but depends on what Wookie does. We'll limp in for that. And we've got, this is actually not a bad flop for us. We've got a pair of kings, and then we've got the backdoor flush. What they mean by backdoor, by the way, is that we need 2 cards to make that. So I need 2 hearts, so backdoor flush. Backdoor second nut flush. Now I've got a set of kings, so this is just bad news for him. I'm going to continue my 2.5 big blind, see what he does. And now I've got a full house, and there's nothing he can do about it. Yes, sir. Wasn't sure how much it would cost, how much I could get paid for that one. That puts us in the chip lead, by the way. 4-6 suited. Let's go ahead and do that. That's what's called a 1-gapper, by the way. Just that it just means that there's 1 rank in between. So between the 4 and the 6, obviously, is a 5. So a 1-gapper. I still need help getting the still need help getting the straight, because I would have to get a specific card in there. Let's bet into this. Let's do 2 blinds. We have a flush draw. Now, the difference between a backdoor something or other and just a draw is we only need 1 card. There are 9 other diamonds. It gives us an 8, a 36. Ooh, yikes. I don't know that I could go along for that ride. I'm not going to. Had a 36% chance, but we were putting in way too much money to not win enough money. We're going to go ahead and, let's see, we'll limp in, but the flop misses us. We're going to be out of this. And they have a caller. Six would have given us a 2 pair. I don't know that that would have done it, though. Not with them betting the way they are. 6-2 offsuit from the small blind. I'm going to go ahead and call that if it's if we can limp. We're not limping. That's not a limp. Limping in just means to be able to go in with the big blind with that minimum bet. And good thing we got out of the way of that. A variety of things landing on the board. Somewhat dangerous. That's why they're not really betting. They're not really sure where they're at. Probably each of them has... Oh, maybe not. I was going to say each of them has a pair or 2 pair, and they just don't know how to feel out what the other one has. 9-6 offsuited. We're not playing along with that one either. So we will fold that. Looks like Wookie is trying to bully his way around. He is actually now in the chip lead again. He got himself a big hand a couple hands ago. And he's going to keep doing that. I think right now he's just riding out the fact that he can buy all of these. We'll go ahead and try to limp in. A face card. Yeah, we're not doing that. Come on. Come on. Let me play. Let me play. Relatively same hand. We have to do this now. That's kind of like the poker gods saying, you had your chance. Let's run with it. So queen 6 suited. Actually, clubs last time. Now it's queen 4 with clubs. So let's see if the poker gods led me astray. Kind of did. So we'll see what else rocks out. We're going to have to... I'll do 2 blinds. I'll do 2 blinds. And we're done. We're not playing any more of that. No more of that game. No, sir. Pair of 4s is all I would have had. Good thing I'm out. A hand I shouldn't have been in to begin with. Big blind, Jack 7, offsuit. That little hand there, by the way, drops us down from 2nd to 5th. No reason to be inside of this hand, so no money. We'll just check that around. and fold. Currently in the second round here. Each round 10 minutes. Ace, Jack suited from the small blind. Let's go. I'll call that. Top pair, top kicker, and a gut shot or a backdoor flush draw. Let's do this. Come on, Wookie. What do you got? He's got me covered. This is either going to be an early night or he's going to fold. He wants to call. He really wants to call. But he knows I'm a little crazy. Sometimes I have it, sometimes I don't. This might be the end of our night. This could be the end. If he calls it, I think we're behind. He folds. Whew. Line's going up. We're going to round 3. Whew. Dodge that bullet. Oh, my goodness. I'm pretty sure we were behind that. Oh, that was great. All right, let's see. We have a gut shot, so we'll go 1 blind if someone wants to bet that. Gut shot just means we have something in the middle that we need. In this case, we need the 2. Pretty much it describes the fact that you need a single card. Let's do 2 blinds. I'm not putting any more into this, though. Yeah, nope, not doing it. And by the way, it puts us in the lead, although, well, now pair of 2s. Although close enough where we're going to go back and forth until one of us either wins or loses a hand. We're in the lead with, or close to lead with Comstock. Jay? Not a lot of help there. Maybe we can get a set out of this. Nope, so we're going to check and fold this. That's going to ensure that we stay in second now. Next chance, ooh, aces. Just enough to say, you better have something. We got rockets, baby. Let's do this. Although I've had my rockets cracked. I've had my aces cracked too many times to count. Let's go, bucket. You really don't want to let that one go, but I don't want to have my aces cracked, so we'll just take it like this. That's how we'll do it. Ace-6 offsuit from the big blind. I'll go ahead and do a second blind on top of this. As soon as we get a chance, we will take a look at the chip graph again, the leaderboard. We'll call this and hope we get an ace. We get an ace. Let's do 3.5. Oh, 2.5. I mistyped, which was supposed to be half the pot. We didn't do that. Let's check that, see what he does. He'll probably do like 2 or 3. Oh, yeah, he has to. We'll check that, see what he does. Yep. All right, Ace-10 offsuit. So we've got a couple of good cards again. The poker gods are right now smiling on us. Look at that. Someone's going to try to take me out. Someone's going to try to say, enough of this bullying, and it's not on that hand. It was the pair of 9s that scared them. They were afraid that there was a set in there. King-9 suited, so we'll slow down just a bit here because now I do need help to make this work. We're looking for kings, 9s. Look at that. And two more spades help us a ton. Whoa, that's not right. 2.5. It represents just shy of a pot bet. Still probably ahead. Still probably ahead. Yeah. All right, like I said, next chance we get, we are going to take a look at the chart graph. That might be on this hand right here, depending on what Wookiee does. Like I said, tonight's strategy is that we're going to limp in everywhere we can. Last 2 weeks just saw too many hands that could have hit in these kinds of situations. Well, that's not going to help us much. Pair of eights that everybody has. So twice we have the check revolution. Oh, if only we had a 9 out of that. All right. We took that lousy hand. We're going to limp in with this one. See, so that's the kind of thing that I'm talking about. The last couple of weeks, these weak hands even that would have won if only I had limped in. There are a couple of other instances over the past. Ooh, just flopped a set. Come on, Wookiee. Let's do this. He's not going to. Ooh, he is. Let's go. I think I've got a bigger set. So the first chance we get, we are going to take a look at the chip graph. But like I said, this new strategy, the strategy for tonight, where that's not limping in, so we're going to get out of that. Even though it is a good, strong card suited, I don't want to do 4 blinds to stay in it. So, but nobody else called, so we don't have time to look at the chip graph yet. If we can limp in with this, we will. So half a blind. Sometimes Bucket will raise on the big blind, though. That's not outside of his norm. What are you doing, buddy? Did he lose his connection? What's going on? He cannot be thinking this hard about a big blind. It's a big decision on a pre-flop, ladies and gentlemen. And he checks it. So this flop does nothing for me unless a queen comes along, preferably not a diamond. Yeah, this is nothing that we're betting on. All yours, buddy. That 10 did it for him. King 3 offsuit. We're going to limp in if we can. Limp in if we can. Hand that doesn't really help anybody. We are the dealer button. We were talking earlier about being early position, late position. So late position means he's betting 1 blind, and he has to really indicate his strength of hand. By the time it gets to me, late position, I can either roll with it or not. I can go over the top. He just doesn't know. I have a lot more of a range that I can play with. So he's just doing this limping in thing. I think he's got maybe a small pair. Maybe he's betting on a draw that he was hoping would hit. See, so he probably has his flush, and he was betting weak all around on that. Not flush, his straight, sorry. 5-4 suited. I have to play this. Let's see if we can get everybody to limp in. Yep. We have the flush draw. Still have the flush draw. That's 9 cards, so 18%. So I need about a 5-1. This is definitely that, and I've got the flush. Let's do a pot bet. Again, waiting for the opportunity. 2-4 suited. So let's call that. Again, waiting for the opportunity to show you the chip graph. Bottom pair, backdoor flush draw. Not really a good flop for us. Flush possibility is gone. What we need now is a 2, and I'm not even going to try to do that on a hope and a prayer. So we would have had a pair of 2s and a pair of 10s 1. So Jack 2 offsuit, big blind here. And so anyway, back to the late position thing. So that means that I'm going to be early position. Oh, nice play, Wookie. Pair of twos. So being early position means I'm one of the last to act right now. So I could bet this pair and try to get people out. I'm preferring to call it. So nobody knows the strength of my hand. Nobody knows the strength of Bucket's hand. And it is possible that this could have really been good for us. Because I'm early, though, I have to bet only on super strong hands because somebody later actually gets more latitude. See, him throwing down 2 big blind, he could have a pair of fives where I could not have done a pair of fives early on. I actually have to fold this now. If I had the pair of twos late position, I could have bet that and been in the position that Meep just was in. People, especially novices, will try to buck that idea. Hey, I've got a pair of twos. I'm going to bet that anywhere I'm sitting. And eventually you will lose more money than you will win from that strategy just because in my position, if I had called that, I'm more often than not going to have the weaker hand. That's just how that works out. Basically, another flush draw. Basically, it comes down to the fact that late position gets more information before they have to put money up, whereas the rest don't. Here, for example, I'm the last to act. I know everybody checked, and they're kind of afraid to bet for whatever reason, so I can go ahead and throw in on my draw. Now they have to decide, are they strong enough to stick around? I still have a draw. I'll check this. And I missed my flush. I still have a strong kicker, though, and we'll just check that and see what he has. 2 pair. All right, now we have a chance to get the chip graph. So let's do that as fast as we can. There is going to be action out there. So here's the chip graph. Red represents us. We are in the chip lead by about 2,100 chips, which at this moment is the equivalent of 21 big blinds. The green represents who we need to stay ahead of at this moment in order to make the payouts. And then the blue line is the chip average. Since nobody's been eliminated, there's not a... whoops, let's go back to the action. Since nobody's been eliminated, the chip average is the starting stack. Well, there you go. You can have that. I'm not getting involved in that kind of a thing. We're not playing that game. All right, ace 10 offsuit from the big blind. From the big blind. That means if we hit it, they have no idea we missed it. We have a gut shot straight, which means we need one specific card. Let's try it. So a pair of fives, whatever he has is going to be stronger than what I've got. I've got a pair of fives with the top kicker. He can have any pair basically, and he's going to win. So we can't play along with that nonsense. 8-10 from the small blind. It is not suited, meaning that it's harder for us to make a flush. Worse than that, it's harder for us to make a flush that can win. If we hit a flush, our card is going to be the 8, and so we would have to a pair of 10s. I'll take that. That means that we would have to hope that the other person with a flush has a lower card than an 8. We now have 2 pair. So the idea, let's check this, see what he does, and then, yeah, so let's do this. 5, basically a pot bet, and he had it. He had a set. I should have pushed him out when I could. That's okay. Ace 10 offsuit. That's all right. Every now and then that happens. That's okay. We roll with it. That flop totally misses us, so now the poker gods are starting to look at somebody else, and we have to adjust. Although if we get a 2, that's going to be really good for us. We'll have the wheel then. The wheel being the bottom straight. Oh, that doesn't help. Everybody has it, so anyone with an 8 wins. We're all going to chop this. I'll do it. You better have the 8. Yeah. because that means he has a higher straight than I did. Queen 7 suited. We'll call that. We will call that. We got no help out of that. So we'll check around, but we probably won't stick around for this one. No help whatsoever. Best thing we can hope is that nobody yeah, we're not doing that. That nobody paired and nobody had higher than a queen. But with him betting, that was a pretty slim chance. 8-7 suited, so we have suited connectors. So straight is a possibility. We can go either direction, 9-10 jack or 4-5-6. Preferably 4-5-6. That way we have the top two of the straight. Oh man, really, you're killing me, Wookie. I'm not doing this. I have to slow the bleeding at the moment. Queen 5 suited. Queen 5 suited. And totally misses us, so we're going to check this. 3 big blinds. We're not going to participate in that game. No way. No way. No thank you. Small blind, Queen 5's not suited. We'll go ahead and limp in. Well, that's interesting. A bunch of garbage, at least for the rest of us. Oh, someone's out, and now we are at the final table, ladies and gentlemen. So the final table. And we start the final table out with 8-2 suited. So absolute garbage. More hands means we have to play a little bit tighter. So we're going to bet on fewer things. They have to be better hands for us to be in. If there is a caller, then we will take a look at the chip chart. No callers. Queen 4 offsuit. We're not going to participate in that. So oh, and there's a raise. There is a raise on the board. And nobody wants to play in that reindeer game either. So as soon as we get a chance, we'll take a look at the chip chart again. Pair of 4s, though. We are going to limp. Actually, we're going to go... oh, man, this is hard. Let's go 2.5 blinds on this. 1 caller. Two callers. Well, that gives us 2 pair, but somebody might have a set on that ace. Being late position, though, I'm going to go ahead and go for it. Let's do 5 blinds. Hey, Midtown, thanks. Yeah, the transition. I love that transition. And Chuntz, yeah, I turned on the all caps thing just to have something turned on. And, well, didn't mean to catch you in the crossfires, brother. King 3 offsuit. We are not having any a part of that. And that gives us a chance to move over to the chip chart. You see right here on the chip chart, we are actually still in the lead. The red line is us. Let's actually take a look at what second place is. The green line right now is second place on that chart. And let's look at where we have to stay ahead of. Now that green line is 4th place, which is where we have to stay ahead of. The top 3 are getting paid out tonight. So we're in decent shape right now. The poker gods were smiling on us earlier. They've kind of slowed it down a little bit, but we took full advantage of that nice little run. So back to the action. See what's going on here. 6-3-4 rainbow. So we would have had a really lousy pair if we had stayed in. Although now there's that gut shot straight. So again, trying to, anybody that's following along that's not a real big poker person kind of person, gut shot just means that we have a single card that we need. So in this case, we would have needed a 5. Also refers to if I have, let's say, ace, 2, 3, and a 4, we call that a gut shot because the only thing that gives you a straight would be a 5. And look there, he had that. 7-8 offsuited, so connectors. Let's limp in. Like I said, part of the strategy tonight is to try to limp in with as much as we can. There are just some hands that, with a full table like this, we really just have to suck it up and not be a part of. All right, so we've got 4, 5. You know, he's not going to let this go. Yeah, six-handed, and no help. Gut shot. We need a 10. We would need a 10. We'll check this because I really don't want to get anybody ideas, that kind of an idea. So we're going to get out of this. Clear the way. I just don't have the cards to bully anybody around right now. So as part of our desire to limp in, where are we at as far as stats go? Right now, 66% of the blinds flops we've seen. We've seen 90% of the blinds when the flops when we were a small blind. We've seen 72% of them from the big blind. And here's the big number, though, a huge change in our because of our strategy. Oh, man down. I didn't even see he went all in. Next round, blinds going up. Ace 6 offsuit. Let's limp in for that. And we have seen the flop out of other positions, so not either of the blinds, at a rate of 58%. So really, really improved or increased rate of seeing the flop. We've won 6 out of 9 pots at showdown and another 9 pots without a showdown. So we have won 15 out of almost 60 hands. And we'll call this. So we've got bottom pair with the top kicker. Not anything that I really want to put money into. He's going to bet for 2. I'm just going to follow along and see what I get. Again, nothing here. He's going to bet again, and I'll just have to fold it because pair of 6 is not going to be worth putting money in. So we've won 15 out of almost 60 hands. We've won 25% of the hands that we have seen. That's a phenomenal rate. We're in second place right now, but that's because there was a big hand a couple of hands ago. King high flush earlier, so we are going to limp in with this. King 7. Ooh, we have the nut flush draw. Let's see if we can get it. Nut flush. When you hear in poker when they say the nuts or the nut flush or the nut straight, that means the top hand. If you have the nuts, that usually just means nothing is possible to beat you. Normally you'd put money into this. All I need are any one of 9 cards, but I noticed that the poker gods were kind of turning on me already, and so I didn't think I was going to get that last card, and I didn't. So now I have a very weak hand on the table. Yeah, any pair wins, and that's exactly what happened there. King 5 offsuit. We're going to do this from the small blind. We will limp in if they will let us. They're not letting us limp in, and we are not putting another blind and a half in on this. In fact, if anybody calls, that'll give us a chance to take a look at the chip chart again. Dan the Schmidt, waiting to see if he's going to call. He folds. Bucket man. One more blind. Come on, you can do it. He does. So a rainbow flops. Let's take a look at the chip chart. So red is us. Green is who we need to stay ahead of at the moment. to stay in the money. If you want to see the difference, whoops, that's not what I wanted. You want to see the difference, though, between first and second. That's between the green line now and the red line. That's where we are at. Back to the action. Let's see what's going on over there. So we would have had a pair of fives, but not anything strong with so many hands on the table. King 9, a 3-gapper. Absolutely the furthest apart any two cards could be to give you a straight possibility using both cards. The important thing with straights, by the way, if your straight is using both cards, you have a much better chance of winning. If your straight is only using one of those cards, you run the risk of running into somebody who can get a stronger straight than yours. So that's why that 9 king being a 3-gapper, that's as far apart as you want the cards if you're going to start betting for those straight possibilities. Queen 2. Sitting on an 8-handed table. There's no way that we're putting 3 blinds into this. No way whatsoever. Pair of sixes. I have to bet this now, and I have to try to get people out. So here's the idea. Trying to get people out. They've got to have something to stay in. I don't want people all of a sudden getting 2 pair or that set off of the flop. So eliminate those possibilities. Now it's just between me and Bucket. He's probably got a stronger hand at this point, especially with a jack and a queen hitting the board. I'm going to call it just because. At this point, I'm not putting any more money in. But that's the idea of betting bigger, especially late with all those people checking in front of me. That at least gave me the idea that I could try to pull this off. The last hand, though, drops us down into 4th place. So currently out of the money. 7-2 offsuit. Worst possible hand that you can be dealt. Oh, I would have limped in, too. Worst hand that you can be dealt. That's twice now that we've got that. There is one caller. Fast Eddie, he's a pretty loose goose as far as betting, so I'm surprised he didn't stay in for that one. Just his style of play, pretty loose. We are actually in the 5th round of this tournament, so the blinds technically are 75-150. I'm going to change the view so that you can see it based on the chips, not just the big blinds. The antes are 20. For those of you new to poker, the ante is just a bet that everybody has to put in before they get their cards, in addition to the small blind and big blind. I believe we get our 5-minute break after this. I believe we get a 5-minute break after this round. So in 3 minutes, I believe. I think so. Good thing we got out of the way of this one, because pair of kings landing on the board, that's a little dangerous. Anybody could have a king. And on an 8-handed table, that's a very real possibility. Oh, a king or a 2 would be money. But no one's betting on it. There we go. He's going to limp in, or he's going to min bet it. He's got one caller. Oh, there's a raise. Dan has the 2. Oh, he had the king. I'm surprised he only bet. Yeah, I'm surprised he only doubled that bet. Queen 2 suited. Well, we'll limp in. That's good enough to follow our limp in strategy. Dan the Schmidt is just way ahead right now. How about that? Looky. So a pair of queens, that's going to be good. We have a flush draw. pretty strong flush draw. That means if only one more spade comes along, that wasn't it. If only one more spade comes along, then that means that somebody has to have a king or an ace and two others. I should not do this, but I'm going to. Didn't get my card. He's going to push all in. He has to. Yep, and I can't do it. That's going to drop us down to about 5th or 6th. All we needed was a flush, though. We just needed one more spade. Pair of sevens on an 8-handed table, not a strong hand. Out of the big blind, though, if a 7 comes on the flop, if I can limp in and a 7 comes on the flop, look out. They will have no idea. We'll check this. Did not get my 7, so that's okay. We will limp in with this. 2 cards. That's 4 times 8. Yeah, we'll do this. Not really good odds, but I need 10 to 1. So if 2 people, I'm going to check this. If he bets a min bet and he calls, then I will call, and I'm getting the right odds roughly for this. Roughly. Didn't get it. I've got 2 pair. Anybody can out hit that. A queen, any queen. Yeah, I can't do that. Any queen, any jack does it. All very likely hands. That's just the poker gods have turned on us. They smiled. Now they're taking it away. We're in the small blind. We're going to limp in for this one. Blinds did go up, so we did hit the next level. And we'll get a break after that. Not even going to play along with that. So we do have to do what's called tightening up. That means bet fewer hands. We'll get that chip chart up in just a moment. Jack 3 offsuit. There's no way in the world we are even going to limp it. Well, my strategy was that, but now that we're on a bigger table, I have to tighten it up. Now that we're down on chips, I have to tighten it up. They are going to see a flop. Let's quickly go look at the chip chart. So green is who we need to get ahead of right now. That's the last person in the money. Red is us. The chip lead is up at that gray line up at the top. Let's quickly get back to the action. So first place is way out in front right now, as you saw, but the gap between second and even 8th place is not all that big. We are going to fold this. And so, 10 blinds basically separates Comstock, who's in second place, and playing for pars. Well, 20 blinds. So not a terrible margin when you consider that that's almost the entire table. First place, though, way out in front. So pretty well grouped, especially here in the middle. So 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th place, we are all so tightly grouped that we're just going to keep bouncing around until one of us either wins a hand or loses a hand, a big hand. We are pretty tightly grouped. Not limping in with that. Like I said, I have to be a little bit more conservative in the approach right now since we're on a bit of a slide. Trying to stay away from what they call tilted, where you make a lot of bad decisions because you just got to get it back or something. King 2 suited, though. We will limp in with this. We'll do 3 blinds on this one. That's probably a mistake. It represents 1/7 of our stack at the moment. One-seventh of our stack. That's 14% of our stack. Probably really want to be doing this with a good pair because that's exactly what's going to happen. Now I've got nothing to bet on. Wookie's going to bet, and I have to fold. Yeah. And so we just lost 14% of our stack. hoping to get a flush. Queen 10. This is going to be something that we're starting to get into territory where we got to make a move, and I'm going to do that right now. So we'll just put 3 more out there. We got the top pair. You know, Dan, how willing are you to go against that? This could be the end of our night, ladies and gentlemen. Chat, this is not a strong play. It's a bluff. Does he want to do it? He doesn't. So that buys me a little bit extra. So that gets me up to 23 blinds. I get garbage, so that's easy to fold. All right, ace, 10, 5, rainbow. So the break will be coming up in about in just under a minute. What we are actually going to take a break, go get some replenishment, and then after that we will take a look at the chip graph when we return. So as soon as this hand is done, we're going to take I believe we take a break right here. Might be one more hand. There's min bet, call, and there we go, and we are on a break. So chat, we will be back just in a moment. Stand by, don't go away. Hey, chat. Welcome back. So let's take a quick peek at the chip chart. We have about just under 2 minutes. So inside of the chip chart, we see the red line is us. The green line is going to be the person we need to get ahead of in order to make the money to cash out. That green line is the last person that would cash out, basically. You see from the chip list that it is actually still pretty well grouped between really third through seventh, still pretty well grouped. Eighth is not that far behind, especially with the blinds as high as they are in relation to the stacks. So nobody's really safe except up at the top, but we saw about a month ago how quickly that even can turn around. So about a minute left before the break is done. Getting a little bit of a snack. That's the crinkling that you might hear in the background. So just waiting for the break to finish. Small recap of how the hour has gone. The first half hour, really well for us. Poker gods were smiling on us. We just had a really good run. Really strong hands, well played. We had people that had second hands in there, betting into us. It was just a really good situation. About the only thing that we didn't get to play that I wish we had was the pair of aces. We didn't really get paid on that. Here we are. We are back now. Queen 10 offsuit. The last half hour, though, just a steady decline. And so that's the ship we're trying to reverse right now. Started out with 10 here in this tournament. This is a weekly tournament. Almost every week. We try to do it every week. I just saw the messages, Chunts, if you're still there. I didn't realize that messages were deleted and that you were timed out for a second. That's just funny to me. That was a bot that did that. I think what's happening, what we're waiting for is that Comstock is AFK from the break still. Maybe he had to pee a little longer than everybody else. I don't know. An Austin Powers type of pee? I don't know. So anyway, this is a weekly tournament that almost every week that we get together. A group of us. We used to get together in person once a month, 20 to 30 of us. Now it's down to 10 of us on a weekly basis. There is nothing that says I should be in that hand anymore. We started out, Jack 9 suited from the small blind. We started out tonight with 10 people. We are down to 8 right now. We are in 7th place right now. We are looking at a really tough decision. Actually, it's not that hard. If it was a big blind, it'd be hard, but I can let half a blind go. Ooh. That would have given us a gut shot. That would probably be a very expensive dream. Would the queen come along? So far, the answer is no, and I would be out 4 more blinds. 5 more blinds. I would have been out 6 blinds and not gotten my queen, so good thing I got out. Ooh, good luck all in. Ooh. Wow. And so with the full house, that puts him up into second place. Huge win there. Bucket, in the meantime, takes a glorious fall down to 8th. That all catapults us up to 6th place. Catapulting makes it sound like it was a giant jump. More like leapfrogging, I guess. So we had a garbage hand that would have still missed on a garbage flop. So 3-7 offsuit. Nothing would have come. 2-8 jack mixed. New hand, queen 8 offsuit. So again, we're not going to be playing in that game either. Folds around. There's a call. It would have been tempting. A gut, not quite a gut shot. All right. In the meantime, let's quickly take a peek at the chip stack or the chip chart. So you see where we are. Red is us. We are in 6th place at the moment. Green is where we need to get to, at least to make the money as of right now. Still not a lot of, it's still kind of grouped between 3rd and, let's call it 6th or 7th. Blinds going up now. 4-6 offsuit, and we're not playing along with that. No way, no way. Depending on how the rest of the evening goes as far as this tournament is concerned, afterwards, maybe some Among Us, depending on if I feel like going out in the wild to play. Playing with those, playing with a bunch of random people just gets a little dicey. 10-6 offsuited, no thank you. We are getting to a point, though, where I'm going to have to start making a move again. Most likely, maybe Valorant tonight. Unfortunately, because we are on the new computer, I don't have Minecraft loaded on this computer yet, and the setup to display chests for you is also not ready, so I cannot go either of those routes. That is a scary flop right there, and nobody wants to participate. Jack 6, I cannot make a move with that, so we'll let that one go. See how this plays out. Now, see what I mean about that 7-2 offsuit? If we had it and limped in, we would be able to take somebody out. Someone would bet on this. We would call them. They would bet again. See, we absolutely would call that. Good luck, all in. Probably had a 2. That's what he was betting on. Jack, queen. Let's go 4 blinds so that we're not really putting our tournament life at risk, but we are trying to buy some blinds here. We do have a caller. Hopefully only one caller. That gives us a pretty good chance. More cards that are out of play help us. Wow. Let's push. Let's do it. He's gonna call. We're at risk. We need to hit. Oh, he had the ace. God bless. Yep. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Good night. That was not great. I took a shot, took a chance. Every now and then it doesn't pay off. And that's fine. That's fine. So, chat, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do is we're actually going to stop the stream so I can turn off the delay. And we will come back probably in about 10, 15 minutes and either get some Among Us going or some Valorant. We'll see who is online and what's going on. I do want to thank everybody for being here, for hanging out with us tonight. Kaylin, I see that you're on. We'll be back. Don't go away. A10, Bible Thumps, Commander, Discord, Droop Dog, FTO Payer, Have This, and Lurks all. Thank you for hanging out. Feel free to chat. Keep that chat going. But like I said, I need to turn off the delay and kind of go cry a little bit. I just needed a king in there, or an 8 at the end of that. I think. Let me go back and look. I think I would have just needed. Oh, the hands aren't showing up. I think I would have just needed an 8 for that. So anyway, that's the plan. So let's do this, and we will see you guys.